All right, call the meeting to order. Commissioner Feldheim, will lead us to the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Before we approve our agenda, under item number 5, we need to add authorized signature of an MOU with Lutheran Social Services after those grants are approved. And with that addition, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Move.
Motion by Weiss. Second by Gage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. This time we'll open the meeting up for any public comment. Would anyone like to address the commission this morning on any issue that isn't on the agenda? In person, online, on the phone? Hearing and seeing none, we will move on. Second reading and possible adoption of 3 ordinances.
Ordinance 268, an ordinance amending Title IV, second revision, Brown County Ordinance as amended to rezone certain described property, filed by Pernell Graff, power of attorney for Janet Graff, to go from Egg Preservation District to Mini Egg District.
Is there anyone here to speak to ordinance 268? Not, entertain a motion to approve.
Move.
Motion by Weiss.
Second.
Second by Feldheim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 269, an ordinance amending Title IV, second revision, Brown County Ordinances as amended to rezone certain described property, filed by Daniel and Michelle Smith, to go from Egg Preservation District to Mini Egg District.
Is there anyone here to speak to ordinance 269? Seeing none, entertain a motion to approve.
Move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 270, an ordinance amending Title IV, second revision, Brown County Ordinances as amended to rezone certain described property, filed by Bill Kirschman, to go from Egg Preservation District to Mini Egg District.
Anyone here to speak to ordinance 270? Seeing none, need a motion to approve.
Move. Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, Kelsey Vinger, State's Attorney Grant Program, with a couple grant applications. Good morning, Kelsey. Good morning.
Yes, so these are the same 2 grants that I have had last year, and then the Court Resource Home, this will be the 3rd year of the grant. So the Court Resource Home grant is the exact same, it's just the 3rd year of funding, which is historically how long the Council for Juvenile Services will fund the grant. A grant application is meant to be a seed application. So we have had 2 families start the licensing process and unfortunately back out. I have been told I have a 3rd family interested, but I'm not going to put all of my eggs in the basket. But this would just be asking the Council for Juvenile Services for funding for 1 more year to license a family for court resource homes, which is essentially an alternative to secure detention. The other grant is the Racial and Ethnic Disparity Grant. I know I appeared in front of you a few months ago to talk about a slight tweak to that involving Northern State University rather than the organization in Rapid. So just moving ahead with the plans with Northern State and wanting to secure a more non-denominational space to hold the Oyate court idea, which would be like a pure court diversionary program, and then some cultural activities for our Native American youth.
Okay. So we'll take these one at a time. First, the home grant application.
Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Gage. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, the racial and ethnic grant application.
Move. Second.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. And third, authorize chairman to sign the MOU with Lutheran Social Services, correct?
Correct. Yep, so this is, again, the same MOU that has been in existence the last 2 years, just wanting to seek further signature to move forward with that.
Okay.
Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Gage. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Next up, Dirk Rogers, Highway Superintendent, right-of-way application for Webb and department update. Good morning.
Go ahead, pick it up.
Morning. There's only one, right away for Webb. The one that I thought Troy was here for is on a township road. So I gotta get a hold of him and just tell him. The other one is on Road 5, just a couple miles east of Frederick, right above Kyler's Head here. And it's for, I guess I gave you the originals, but it's just a water service, goes into, Bennett, Abby Bennett is the person that lives there, so I didn't have any troubles with that one.
Move.
Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Gage to approve the Webb water application right away. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
I'm gonna touch on a couple things, and I'm still gonna come back when I have a little more detail and talk specifically about the paving, because we're gonna have some pretty significant changes. Nothing's getting moved more than 2 years one way or the other, but it's just sort of repackaging them in a way that I think we can afford to do it a little bit longer. But there's gonna have to be a lot of, I don't wanna be too frickin' melodramatic about it, but we're not gonna be able to continue to do things just like we've been doing it. I mean, with the county doing some and contractors doing some, I don't have the solution yet, but I wouldn't be shocked to see a pretty significant change in how we distribute that work going forward. And unfortunately, geography is gonna dictate a little bit of it just because of where the hot plants are located. We'll brainstorm a little bit and try to come up with some alternatives to make things sustainable, but you know, hot mix only went up $3 this year, and it was more than 3%. And, I mean, you guys, I'm gonna sit here and whine, we all know the story, but something's gotta give eventually, okay? So, just so you know,
We keep losing ground.
yeah, and it's hard to throw out a 5-year plan and have the 5th year even be remotely representative of what your intentions were 5 years before. I didn't even turn in my budget request yet, that I'm not gonna have done on time, or it's already late, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, see? I haven't even figured out what we're not gonna get done this year in order to try to assemble the budget request for next year, so, wham, I know.
Well, you're gonna get detention after hours today,
I
so
know.
you'll have time to catch up.
That's right. Give me extra time to concentrate on my studies, my priorities, but, so that's part of why I'm gonna come in here, right, and the other thing is our paving is just we're gonna do the same volume, we're just pushing it back. I wanna get a bunch of other things, which I'll touch on here quick, get them all lined out and ready to go before, because when we go to pave, as you know, it just pretty much takes everything and everybody, so.
Well, 5 years ago, it would've been hard to predict where we're at today with costs and everything rising at the level it is, so.
Yep, and I'm trying really hard to not have to frickin' cash out any equity that we put into the road system over the last few years, because, I don't know, when I sit alone by myself in the corner, I'm like, all right, I think it's getting a little better, but I don't wanna have to turn around and let those roads go too long so that we just take all the value out of them right away, you know, 'cause, so you might see a little more maintenance, you know, on trying to save what we can save still, which we've been doing more of that, but I'm just throwing that out there. There'll probably be some changes. Hopefully none of them are bad.
Well, you reach a point on some of that stuff, and 12's an example of that. We've been patching, and you know, if we had the resources, it really deserves to have
Yep. And,
some pretty good attention, and we're just not in a position to do that right now, so.
well, it may be one of the beneficiaries of my change, because, as you know, it's 6 miles from a hot plant, so,
Yep. Closer, so you get less
It's just
transportation, you can actually put
less
more,
time into it and
more underground.
right, and so there's more value in it for us. So that is one, I'll go in, like I said, I didn't wanna go into all the detail about it, but that's one that that's probably gonna get done this year, along with some other things that are a little closer to the hot plants. Little more present items. We're gonna try to get a little bit of that chip sealing done at Richmond tomorrow. You guys alluded to the rain. I mean, either we could have it all in 4 days in a row or something, and then have it be dry for 4 would be nice, but we're gonna try to get some of that done. I do not anticipate getting the whole thing done. we're gonna just use up the materials we have in our yard. We have some oil and chips and stuff left from last year. So I wanna be sure to get the part that we milled, get that covered up right away. So hopefully we'll be doing some of that tomorrow. But after that, probably not. It'll be another one of these deals where we pop in for a day and everybody goes, what the hell's the county doing? But that's what we're doing.
Well, we did pretty good at predicted stuff on Thursdays, more rain.
Yeah, no, we have a rule, no shooting oil after about 3 o'clock on Thursday within 5 miles of Richmond. You just, no, we don't do it. We're mowing, you'll see us trying a little harder with the mowing. We do have a couple of part-timers, I don't know if you've seen them, or summer help that are coming through and get them going. Continuing to patch, that's what we're doing today. Like I'd mentioned, our paving's gonna be a little bit later in the year, but it'll still be, you can pave way later in the year and you can do a lot of stuff, so. Working on that, we're getting our pieces fab for that bridge on 21 to get that back in full action. We've had a little heartburn with the guys, planting down there, and I don't blame them. It's hell of a deal when we finally get ready to pave it and then something else goes wrong, but at any rate, we're going as fast as we can on that. They have to fabric, like 186 little bracket things that the contractor will weld in there. I don't know if I'll come in next week because it'll be, primary day, and you guys are all goofy on that day, so, I might wait 2 weeks to bring in the paving plan. Well, you're not up for election.
There's gonna be
right?
6 people voting that day, so you.
Yeah, you'll be able to find a parking spot.
Yeah. And then, Doug asked me about the guardrail. It's in the STIP for 2024. It has not been assigned to a monthly letting yet, but it will be in the next 6 months. It's in there along with the rebid of our bridge up at the Elm.
On the list, and it hasn't been pushed.
Yeah, no, it's still there, and, oh no, should be good. All right, that's all I got.
Need that back?
No, that's just for you.
Oh,
I
okay,
like-
thanks.
I didn't check to see if you had a preference for color, but I use yellow.
No, that's all right.
All right.
I would've liked a picture with it, but that's okay.
I forgot.
Yeah, Doug's big into
Here,
pictures.
I will take a picture.
All right, thanks. Call if you need
Thanks, sir.
something.
Have a safe
Thank
day.
you.
Have a good week.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, brings us to the consent calendar. Lynn?
Approval of the general meeting minutes of May 21st.
Move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claims.
Move. Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
HR report.
Move. Second.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Yeah, missed
Motion
that one.
carries.
Fireworks display permit for Lou's Fireworks at the Brown County Fair.
Move.
Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Travel request.
Move.
Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Feldheim. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Zoning ordinance, set the hearing date and authorize advertising.
Move. Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, we got 2 different types of plats. We got the preliminary plat.
Take action on that first.
Move.
Motion by Gage,
Second.
second by Weiss. Any further discussion or questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying, Scott?
The owner did have a draft copy of covenants this morning
Okay.
for the subdivision, if you guys wanna see it.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna change first reading, but just so we can review it or put it in the packet for the next go around.
Yeah, 'cause it has to go through the planning commission for a full preliminary final plat.
Okay. All right, anything else to add or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Final plat.
Oh,
Get multiples.
There's
more, it's not just one. Oh, several pages, okay.
Okay.
oh, okay.
That's on top of that, all right.
That's one copy.
Oh, goodness. changed
Mr.
the
Perry?
constitution.
You thought it was
Mr.
light
Perry,
reading, that's all.
we need to have you move your automobile, please. It's gotta be at least 100 feet from the entrance of a polling place with your magnets on the side.
Oh, okay.
If you would move that, please. Thank you.
Or else take the magnets off.
I could take the magnets
Yeah.
off, that's easier.
Final plats? Okay. Next up, final plats.
Move.
Motion by Gage,
Okay.
second by Weiss. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Lottery permit for the Richmond Lake Association.
Move. Second.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Any other business to come before the Brown County Commission this morning? We've had a request to go into exec for contracts and personnel
And legal.
and legal. Cover all the bases.
Oh, one quick thing, before you do that. Just wanna say, my kids were involved in one of the, tours at the landfill out there. I think it was, last week or the week before, whichever one it was. I just gotta say, I know they weren't super excited about doing it beforehand, but after they got back, they said their entire class had a great time with how Mike ran things and how they got to do a bunch of cool different stuff out there. Just had a great time. They said that,
Breaking windows, rolling tires.
yeah, rolling tires and breaking windows and stuff. They said it was a great time. So I just wanted to thank the landfill for having that. They did a great job on the tour, so.
I've heard that more than once, that they really have a good time.
Teaching
our kids to be vandals.
Yeah. Not frustration, they did a lot of frustration taken out, I think was going on.
Time and a place.
Yeah.
What they should do is load them up over and take them over to the JDC when they're done.
Yeah, I know.
Now, if you do that other places than the landfill, here's what's gonna happen.
That's right, that's right.
All right, we have a motion by Weiss to go into exec. Second by Feldheim. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are in exec. All right, we're back in session out of exec with no action as a result. Is there anything else to come before the Brown County Commission this morning?
Move to adjourn.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.